Last night, the UFC made one of its biggest broadcast mistakes in recent memory, and fans immediately took notice. During the Spanish-language broadcast of UFC Vegas 105, a graphic aired showing what looked like a confirmed matchup between Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria. It wasn't a misheard comment. It wasn't speculation. It was a full-blown UFC-branded graphic announcing the fight, and that was enough to send social media into meltdown. Screenshots of the moment started flooding Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, everywhere. Fans went into full detective mode trying to figure out if this was a legit leak, a surprise announcement, or just a botched moment from the UFC production team. The fight itself, it would be massive. Charles Oliveira is one of the most dangerous submission artists in the game, a former lightweight champion who has finished names like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and Michael Chandler. On the other side, Ilia Topuria is undefeated and just recently became the featherweight champion after dismantling Alexander Volkanovski. The idea of these two colliding had fans instantly hype, a clash of styles, momentum, and violence. Oliveira's jiu-jitsu and grit versus Topuria's sharp striking and swag. Fans were already fantasy booking the entire card around, but then came the truth. Shortly after the broadcast, MMA Mania's Alex Behunin shared a post online that shut everything down. He said, "I was told by the promotion this is not true and was a mistake." That's right. According to the UFC themselves, this was nothing more than an internal error. No fight between Oliveira and Topuria has been booked. The graphic was apparently a mistake that somehow made its way into the live broadcast, and that's a pretty big error when you think about it. This wasn't just a slip of the tongue from a commentator or a mistimed promo. This was an official-looking graphic shown during an actual UFC event. Someone in production had to make it, approve it, and put it in rotation. For it to make it on air by accident, that's rare. And for it to feature a fight between two of the most talked-about names in the sport, that makes it even worse. This kind of thing just doesn't happen often, and you can bet Dana White isn't happy about it. Still, the fan reaction spoke volumes. If anything, this mistake might have been a blessing in disguise. The UFC now knows that fans are fired up at the idea of Oliveira versus Topuria. Maybe they weren't planning it, but now it's something they might seriously consider. And just when you thought the night couldn't get any wilder, moving up next, we have Henry Cejudo turning into a real-life superhero. The former UFC double champ just stopped a hit-and-run driver after they crashed into his neighbor's house. Yes, you heard that right. According to reports and the video footage that's now gone viral, the driver rammed their vehicle into Cejudo's neighbor's property and tried to flee the scene. But that's when Cejudo stepped in, literally chasing down the suspect and detaining them until authorities arrived. Here's the video clip.
I just had a group of teenagers, maybe doing about 80 miles an hour. I was just coming out with my producer, Dylan Ruff. We happened to see this car go about 80 miles per hour, and pretty much we heard that. Next thing you know, this dude's going up a ramp and then smashed into my neighbor's yard. Well, the guy got out, the guy tried to leave, and he ended up assaulting the owner because I know if these guys had guns. And then once he hit my neighbor, I was like, all right, man.
How old's your neighbor?
All in. Yeah, so he's in his 60s, and I had to go out there, pick him up, and dropped him, slapped him a little bit, and then some of the neighbors took some clocks at him.
That's it for now. But this week in MMA has already been packed with surprises, both inside and outside the cage. If you enjoyed this update and want more real-time MMA stories, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got new content dropping every day, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay sharp, stay ready, and we'll catch you in the next one.